All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel for another video. And in today's video, I'd say a rare sighting, honestly, these days, because I don't really post this car that much on the channel, but I have my 2001 Mustang GT. It is Coyote swap, so if you're new to the channel, that's kind of why I'm reintroducing these cars kind of in the videos, because there's a lot of new subscribers. Also, people that aren't subscribed, if you do want to hit that bell notification or subscribe button and that bell notification, you'll get basically whenever I do upload. I really don't have a consistent schedule as much as I wish I did. But anyways, if you're new to the channel, this is my 2001, like I said, Coyote swapped Mustang. I've had it for a long time, for over 12, 13 years. I bought it back in 2013, I believe. It is pretty dirty. It does need some TLC here. So the future plan, just diving kind of real quick into that, next month, or at the beginning of December, so about a month and a half, I'm going to have this car finished up with the new seat brackets, have those mounted instead of the factory ones. We're going to ditch those. So that way, I'm honestly just kind of driving the car. I set a little too high, so hopefully those lower it a little bit. And then going to go ahead and get this radiator support. The person that had it way before me bottomed out on the front, so I went ahead and bought a new radiator support. Going to have redone. Just going to have a new just radiator as well, SVE, but it's like a black one, so I kind of wanted to match everything underneath the hood. Nothing wrong with this one, but while it's there, you might as well just tackle anything that needs to be done new, whether it's working or not. Just button up some stuff. Like if you've been following the build, I've redid all the or had all the front suspension redone. Then I kind of want to just get this thing painted. I've talked about it a lot on this channel, trying to do that, but I want to clean up this engine bay. As you can see, it's seen some stuff. So I want to clean up this engine bay, then get it painted, have everything pretty much fixed. Not show car quality, but quality to enough to where if you look at this, you're like, that's a clean car. That's pretty much why I went back to the silver Rovo. So if you've seen the previous videos, I had the Cosmos Racing, the bronze ones, and then I want to lower this thing a little bit more. I'm having an issue on the driver's side spring, so I don't really drive the car that much anyways, but it just pop and stuff like that. So when they did try to do an alignment over the summer, they said that it happened there. That I'm not sure what's going on, but the whole front end is basically brand new, rebuilt, and so we're gonna figure that out once I drop it off to have that done. So I'll clean it up in the meantime, obviously, but I kind of wanted to just drive it. I've been out of town, so I wanted the battery to charge, so give it a little bit of a couple miles. So enough rambling on. If you're new to the channel, like I said, if you're here returning, this kind of implies to both. I've seen a big upsurge or just questions that I get about what is the easiest platform to go with for modding these cars, swapping. As we all know, if you didn't know, the 79 to 04, that including the 94 to 98 and 99 to 04, the SN95, the New Edge, it is all a Fox body platform. This is just a glorified Fox body. Even the Terminator is your basic interior Fox body, or I guess if you want to call it a premium interior because of the seats and all that. But these cars, whether if you want to do a Fox body or a New Edge, we're going to specifically talk about the New Edge here because this is my favorite body style of the Fox body. Let's be honest. Now, this is my favorite style Mustang besides the S550 or pretty modded up S197 Coyote. There's just a lot you can do with these. There's so many aftermarket parts for this because these cars are just the go-to for drag racing, even though they've gotten a little more expensive to buy, especially the Fox bodies. I believe it will probably happen to the 94 to 98, and then this will follow suit. I believe the New Edge will get a little more expensive just because it's the more sought-after body. In my opinion, it looks a lot better than the 94 to 98, that rounder versus kind of the more stylish squared body here. Or the sharper edges lines, I guess, if you want to say. With these, if you buy like a V6, you buy a GT, it really doesn't even matter. You can source a rear end, you can source an 8.8 out of any junkyard if it's a V6, and the power steering and brakes, I think you have to swap that over for the GT as well. But you can do any of that. And then in the case like what I've done is you can find a GT, you can do the Cobra upgrades like the brakes. I did the front brake Cobra upgrade. You can swap a T56 into this, which this has from a Cobra, an 03 Terminator, or 03 or 04, I think it's 03. So a lot of stuff that you can do, and then you can take it a step further and put a Coyote in it with forced induction, which I have not done yet. but you can do an NA build. I don't recommend wasting your money on an NA build. If you just want to go fast, get that get a turbo or supercharger, get that tune on it, and just have fun with it. But these cars are dime a dozen. The thing is about finding these stuff where one isn't beat to hell. You might see one on the street somewhere driving and it looks like shit. I see plenty of those around here. Even mine is just isn't as bad looking as those. If you want to make one like a build and you have it like a show quality car and stuff like that, a lot of people will go for the Terminator look, which this is basically what this is. The whole ass end of the car, the bumper, the trunk with the spoiler, the side skirts, the hood, just except for the front bumper is a 99 to 01 Cobra front bumper. There is an 0304 if you didn't know. It's a little different, but a lot of people opt for these because I think they look better. That's where you're going to get kind of stuck spending a lot of money. If you can find something that's still out there in good shape, a lot of the exterior parts are going to be hard to find unless there is an aftermarket company out there that makes the stuff like this. I think there was a company that made the rear bumpers for a while, then Ford stopped. LMR does make the front bumper. Stravini's does make the hood. I think somebody does, maybe American Muscle or somebody makes the deck lid, or at least a spoiler for the deck lid, so you can modify your V6 or GT1. But there's a lot of variants. You got the Roush, Saleen, all that good stuff, and then your basic GT V6. So if you're looking for something show quality and you want to do like a really good clean swap to this, you can do that. You're just going to be spending money on the exterior parts if you want Cobra stuff. But if you want to do just like a basic ass car, GT, have it look clean, stuff like that, but you take it to the drag strip, you might take it to Cars and Coffee or car show here and there. These cars are perfect. I think they still hold the test of time. The look to it, they look great. There's, like I said, there's so much you can do aftermarket wise. Lighting options, different taillight options, retrofitted headlight options, and even in the interior, as I've pretty much restored all of it back to a factory look, looking as clean as possible except for the little zipper broke on the seat. Installing anything in this car is pretty easy, pretty straightforward. It's just a problem with these GTs. They didn't make a lot of power. It's pretty much probably good power back then, 260, 20 foot-pounds of torque or something. But dropping a Coyote into this, which is what I would recommend, highly recommend. It's a lightweight car, and this one pretty much has, just besides the tubular suspension, has full weight interior. It's still a fast car, still a fun car to drive and enjoy. So where do you start? Start looking for one of these if you want to do the new Edge. Look around for like a cheap GT if you want to drive it and then save your money up a little bit, have a little fun. The GTs, like I said, don't make a lot of power, but they are really fun to drive and they sound great. I think the GT, the 99 or the 94, 96 to 04, and then the 99 to 04, obviously specifically for this, are one of the best sounding cars out there. If you want to call it a muscle car, but out of that like Camaro, the Pontiac, and then the Mustang and all that during that era, late 90s, early 2000s, I think the Mustang holds. You put a set of like Flowmasters or Magnaflow or Borla on this, it just sounds great. So definitely you can find a car, enjoy it, and then save up and kind of just decide what you want to do. Source of parts, like I said, Marketplace is probably the best way, or on Facebook or something like that, to find if you want Cobra parts and stuff like that, or just American Muscle or LMR. Google anything. ChatGPT could probably tell you. But like I said, any upgrade to this is very simple, easy. Just a car that you can have fun with. And not a lot of them are around, like I said, as much that are clean looking, besides this one being filthy and kind of dirty. But it's a cheap car, so that's the downside to it. A lot of the interior parts rattle, brand new or not, just cheap parts bin cars. They just sourced a lot of it. The switches you can find, for a Ford Taurus, a Ford Explorer, probably a Focus, like the little switch buttons, the locks, door panels are just, the sun eats all of this up. I was able to put that back in, but you can find, a lot of the stuff on eBay and stuff to replace, which I've had to do, but the buttons and all that, it's just, at that time, very, very cheap. And the downside is there's really no aftermarket company that I've seen that makes anything worth a damn. Even 20 years later. So yeah, I don't know, guys. I'll give you a little shot of the interior real quick, and then I'm gonna end this video. Like, for example, like I still have this broke, the little key ignition, and it's just cheap. And this is a steering wheel column and all that I got, so it could have been damaged in shipping or something like that. I know that one time that I went to mess with it, it just broke, so I'm still looking for one. But other than that, like, the radio and stuff looks clean, everything looks clean. Just besides that, just everything is just, it's all cheap. So it is what it is. But yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. I'll catch you all in the next video. Have a good one.